Matching hat. And I got my good drone reviewing hat on. And we're kind of live here, but we'll start officially in a second. Mark, I almost got a big celebrity to join us for a few minutes. Sean the Drone was going to pop in, but he's doing a live stream for the Expat channel in a few minutes, or he would have been in here with us. He's already done the update.
Oh, really?
Yeah, good.
And I think Ted's flown.
Yeah. Mr. Matthews?
Pardon?
Sean Matthews?
Sean Matthews, Sean the Drone.
Yeah.
So, okay, folks, let's make this official here. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and welcome into a special edition of DroneNation today. This is kind of a breaking news segment here. I got a call from my good friend Giant Drone Flyer, who just happens to be on set right here. Let me know of another RC update for the Mini 3 controller, the one with the screen. We just had one last weekend. It supposedly was going to fix all the issues, but it looks like it created another issue where it took away functionality of the satellites, or the what's the proper word, Marcus?
Compass,
the attitude.
The attitude indicator.
Attitude indicator took some of the functionality away for a lot of folks. Maybe not everybody, but for a lot of folks. So again, so DJI on top of things, they've already got hopefully a correction out. I don't think anybody on the show here has flown with the new firmware update yet, but our good friend Darren over in the UK has flown with it. He said his compass is fixed. So Mark is getting a little suntan here. So, Johnny, tell me, how you found out about the update.
Well, scrolling through Facebook, either YouTube, or I think it was actually YouTube. Darren, DM Productions, put it out. Like when I called you, Ron, I think it had only been out maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and it talks about that attitude, and then it had then I was reading it off. I was talking to you on the phone. It had a bunch of stuff. Really, it corrected all. It said a lot of bug type fixes. So yeah, and it was a pretty big update.
Now you did have the compass issue.
I did have the compass issue. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I know before I did the update last week, somebody commented on one of my videos from almost maybe 2 weeks ago that I was flying, and the dot that is you on the compass, that I wasn't even there. And
I remember you saying that.
I didn't even notice. I went back and looked afterwards.
I looked at mine yesterday when I flew it, and it looked okay to me, but I'm not the expert on where every dot should be on that thing. But north was north. I mean, it showed where the home point was, it showed where I was with the controller, and it showed where the drone was, and they were all lined up like they should be. So,
hey, I don't know if you remember, the Air 2S had that same problem one time. I think
who did?
The Air 2S had that same problem.
Okay.
I think one time right after it came out.
Hey, I'm gonna click check for updates here, Ron.
I'm gonna do the update right now. There. What's it say?
Check the version. It says new firmware available.
So I'm gonna do mine too. Now listen, I'm gonna welcome in some people real fast. We got Drone Florida in here with us, Jackrabbit FPV, Dennis Lovelady, Mark Van Loan, Fly Guy Morrell, the Flyby guys, Jackrabbit, says him. Drones View Media's in here with us. M Drone One's in here with us, and Chris Wedgeworth. Thank you. I'm gonna do the same thing Marcus says. I'm gonna rearrange my setup here, and you can start my update. So Johnny, you take it away here while we're doing our stuff here.
Yeah, hey, get it going and check. And Marcus, you'll see that long list of stuff there in a minute. Once you
all I'm seeing is the one little list that says where it fixes the compass update. That's all.
Yeah, but once it goes into the second where it installs, it's going to give you a pretty long list of stuff.
Okay.
And it's a pretty big update, Marcus. What's it say right there?
850 megabits. So yeah.
How long did it take to complete, Johnny?
Not probably 10 minutes, maybe. I see Stephen Sutton is in Paris. Wow.
Paris. Now I heard they got a heat wave in Paris too, Johnny. London and Paris are both like 104 degrees the other day.
Well, I'll tell you what, it might be hot, but it ain't hot as this Mini 3 drone. I can tell you that. This drone.
How did it heat up during the update?
No. I'm just saying it's a hot drone.
Okay, just in general.
Commodity. People are getting it in their hands today, so it's exciting.
Johnny, you probably don't have much sympathy for those people in London and Paris with the heat wave. You got your own heat wave, right, Johnny?
Well, hey, you know what? It's summertime. We say it every year. We bitch about the heat, but it's hot. It's the way it is right now.
Now, Marcus,
go ahead, Marcus.
Where are you at in your update?
Stephen is getting ready to do a drone show from the top of Le Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower.
Should we fly over? Should we fly over and see it, guys?
I'd like to. Yeah, I'm at 10%, Ron.
Yeah, Drone Views Media says my compass was all over the place. So yeah, some people did, and I think it happened. I don't know. To me, it didn't happen right after the update. It happened a couple flights after. So it's kind of weird, Marcus. It's very uncommon for DJI to have like different people having different problems, isn't it?
It is odd, isn't it? It is definitely odd. And like I said, I would never have noticed it unless a bunch of people had put up.
Hey, Marcus, you got your update one way. I'm going to try the other way. Instead of going to the About menu on this side here, I'm going to go back to the screen here and see if it pops up.
See if it pops
in that corner
up
there.
Yeah.
But look, it's not popping
up on mine.
It's not popping up in that. So sometimes you can just find it right there in that left-hand corner.
Yeah, sometimes right when you turn that controller on, they'll tell you have an update. But yeah, it did not. Now it does that on the app, it seems like, but I don't see it. I don't remember it doing it on that RC controller.
Now, Mark, I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to go against what I say, Marcus. I'm not going to reformat my SD card because I took video in here and I haven't transferred it off to the computer yet. So I'm going to do this without formatting.
Hey, Mark Fisher, I would encourage you to absolutely buy a Mini 3. Unlike what you witnessed firsthand with the Nano Plus, the Mini 3 will hover. It will hover in place and not fall.
I was going to say, Mark's a known mini drone disliker. Yeah, he's a known non-mini drone person. So the convert Mark Fisher would be a big deal.
That would be something. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hitting my About menu.
This update came pretty quick after the last update. Of course,
I'm checking for firmware updates.
One update created another problem, I guess. And
yeah. Well, mine is all newly formatted, and I formatted it on the controller. So
yeah, and I did not do that. I just went right in. I didn't even think about it really, but hey, I haven't had any problem with that. But I guess I can format it.
Hey, so really,
okay, I didn't have Wi-Fi on. Mine wasn't working, but it was the simple fact that Wi-Fi wasn't turned on. I just turned it on now. So remember,
there's a
if you're having trouble, make sure you confirm your Wi-Fi is on.
Yeah.
Just giving you a hard time, Ron. Just kidding, buddy.
Well, lucky it's a good thing to show the folks out there and the things,
Hey, Ron, man did the same thing. I had to, because it sometimes it'll knock it off, and it definitely I had to connect to the Wi-Fi.
See, even us professionals sometimes don't have our Wi-Fi on.
Hey, Lon has got something important here. He's saying that you can now buy the Mini 3 without the controller, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, you mean from DJI, from the mothership?
Yeah, DJI, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go back. Now I got Wi-Fi. Let's hit the.
It seems like they're catching up production rather quickly
look,
here.
You new firmware available. Let's hit update, and you guess update. Okay. Mine just says fixed issue, inaccurate compass appeared in some scenarios. I like that word, scenarios.
Let's see
what percentage you up to there, Marcus? About
I think it'll focus. Let's see. I don't think it's going to focus.
Nah, it's just tough to get the screen to focus.
It's cheap Logitech.
These expensive high-end Logitech cameras. Hey, here's something interesting, you guys. When I went out for my first flight this morning with the last firmware, RC firmware, everybody said that it knocked your settings off back to factory defaults. Mine wasn't. My return to home altitude and all that was exactly the way I left it beforehand. So it did not reset my basic safety things.
No, it didn't on mine either. But that's a good thing to always check, though.
Yeah.
Let me answer Lon for a second. Lon, because it's fun, buddy. Because it's fun flying a new drone. That's why. Gee whiz.
Lon's thinking about it. You said the Maverick 3 stomps the Mini 3. Well, we'll keep that under your hat. It does, but we can't say that too loud because we got a Mini 3 channel here now.
Well, hey, Marcus, I agree with you 100%. It's a different drone. I mean, they're all different and they all do a little bit of, something different. But, of course, we don't have to worry about that 250. And if you do have the extended battery, well, you can throw that 250 out the window because the drone weighs more with that extended life battery anyway.
The Maverick 3 stomps a lot of drones, just not the Mini 3.
Chris Wedgeworth is making a good point.
Where's Chris at? Okay.
It is very quiet.
It is very quiet. Yeah.
Is it the quietest of any drone you've ever owned?
I believe
Marcus or Johnny?
Yeah, I mean the V copter is pretty quiet, but it's not as quiet as this Mini 3.
I'm at 71%.
There you go.
I got 25%.
And I'm still getting just that same message, Johnny. So just that it fixes the compass.
You old drone collectors, he says, Lon Denard.
I got there's a lot of people collecting more than me. Lon, talk to your friend Billy Lon. He's got the drone museum over there.
What about the FPV guys?
Hey, what I want to know, yeah, what about Lon? Who's he calling old? Who you calling old, Lon?
We'll get some young kid in here in the group here. He'll think Lon's old, some like 20-year-old.
Yeah, it's like, hey, when you were in school, you thought your teacher was 100-year-old. They were probably in their 20s, you know?
Just got out of college, right?
Yeah. Does Mark Fisher have the Mini 3?
He doesn't like mini drones.
He did fly the Nano.
Right before the
crashed.
Yeah.
We all know he can't fly mini drones. That's what happened.
He flew today in Boston.
85%, Mr. Johnny.
Now see that you're getting up there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hey, this is cool though. You know, it's keeping up with the tech and keeping up with your drones and guys. Hey, you know what? A lot of sometimes you don't, especially on this RC controller. That update did not pop up like it does maybe on the regular controller.
I got the restart now. So is this when I'll see the new?
You'll see all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reloading right now.
You can get that good suntan when it's like that. It
needs that fan though, like the Nano Plus controller.
Well, I got air conditioning on here, Johnny.
Yeah, in Idaho we can afford air conditioning. I don't know about Louisiana.
I don't know. We're paying for the last 3 hurricanes. These light bills are pretty stiff right now.
Yeah. Hey, so I did actually have, for the first time ever, I had the Mini 3 overheat yesterday. I was doing a return to home video where I was taking off and landing the drone a lot, and it was sitting on the landing pad out in the sun on a 90+ degree day, and it finally said the drone really essentially flipped me the middle finger and said, "Hey, I'm shutting down. I'm sorry.
Boy,
adios."
Hey, can I welcome in Gary from Brand Aerials?
Yeah, Gary's there. Nice.
Yeah,
Gary's got his show this afternoon, right?
I wonder. Yeah, Gary. Let's promote Gary's show. What time does this show start there, Johnny?
I think it's 6 p.m. Central, so I guess 7 Eastern there for y'all.
I wonder who his guest is tonight.
Did I see it? I don't remember seeing it.
Marcus is rebooting again.
Yeah. Maybe Gary will put it in the chat. Hey, Gary just had a great series of videos where he went on a tour through Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. If you haven't seen those, go over to Gary's channel and Brand Aerials and check them out. He did a great.
It's 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 my time. I was thinking it was 6, but that's the hour before the hour before the hour. Gary.
Now Johnny will actually be able to see the show. He knows the time.
Yeah, I know the time. Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
there's Art.
Got to get on the wall, with Gary.
Arco Drone Solutions in here?
Yeah. It's restarting again, Johnny. It's back in suntan mode.
Look, I'm installing. I was installing there. And now it went black.
Yeah, 96%.
Hey, Gary says he's got a call-in show tonight.
Yeah, so it's installed, Johnny. It's all done, and I only got that one line.
Really?
So I think let's go into Go Fly, and let's. I'm going to take a look. Click on the 3 dots, and
see, I had turned the drone on. I had the.
Yeah. So what it did is you will see the RC firmware there. I don't know if this will focus. Probably not. But the RC firmware now is 01.01.0300.
So what number changed there? The 2 changed to a 3.
That it changed the 1 changed to a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 01. It was for, at least for me, for the RC, it was 01.01.0100. Now it's 0300. So
Oh, look, I got remote controller firmware installed.
that's exactly what I got, Ron. We are on the same page, pal.
Okay, so now I want to go to the GoFly.
Yep.
And go to the About menu.
The About menu. That's where it's going to tell you all the good stuff.
I hit the wrong. Okay, now you said one more time. Your AC firmware, your RC firmware is
01.01.0300.
That I confirm that on mine.
Same
and
thing.
Is your Fly app still 1.69?
Fly app is still, hang on, let me scroll down here. Yeah, 1.69. Yeah, 1.6.
And your aircraft firmware is 01.00.0201.
That is precisely correct.
Okay, so we are as up to date as you could possibly be.
Everything is up to date.
I need to get rid of that little. What if I hit this? Hit that button. So we never saw that stuff, Johnny said.
No, I don't.
I think Johnny might have been one other update behind us, Johnny, and I'm willing to bet what happened is yours updated maybe a couple of updates. Take a look at your About menu and see what it says, Johnny. Confirm that your numbers are the same as what we're showing.
Now, Johnny, do you have to do this with all the batteries?
No.
Okay, good. The last one I did not have to do with all the batteries.
Now, Ron, to your point, what I noticed after that last one, I did have to do all the batteries. Every time I put in a new battery.
Did it really?
Yeah, well, it would ask to
I'm going to test that right here, Marcus.
Okay.
We're going to test it right here. We're going to turn the drone off and remove the old battery or the current battery. And we're going to go look for another. You know what, Marcus? I'm going to go look for that good. What's the regular battery? I'm going to get the 250 gram battery.
There you go.
That's the good battery.
You know, there's an outfit on Etsy that makes a sticker that you could buy and you can put on your endurance battery that has the same writing that's on the 249.
Let's order a case of them.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Let's order a case of them and take.
That's like a real getting a DOT sticker for your helmet. That's
yeah.
Now I'm holding my drone up and it's warm. It's a little warm here, but look, I can hold it. It's not to the point where you cannot touch it.
Yeah, mine's still on.
I don't know what people consider warm, but I could easily hold it and not have to put it down or anything.
Mine's still on, Ron, and it's not giving me any overheat.
Yeah, so these people go on about overheating. Maybe their drones do, but mine.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off 1 second. I got a phone call.
Oh, it's probably a DJI calling Johnny.
Yeah,
they're probably saying, "Good job there, Johnny."
Why is he putting out bad information?
Why is he talking about all that extra stuff?
DeMarco Moore is he just emailed us, Ron, or messaged us. He's got the car full of kids and 150 miles to go.
So that means he probably won't be on this live stream.
Yeah. God, Shelly's clearing the back seat with DeMarco in the front. The twins right behind DeMarco and Shelly and Maddox in the back seat.
Oh, thanks for the update. Now I've had the drones turned on with the new battery, Marcus, and nothing's appearing up here in the corner telling me to update this battery.
Well,
do you have a battery available to try?
Well, what I'm just saying is that was with the last update, and I think I've updated all my batteries. I've had them cycled them all through so far, Ron.
So the last one for you, the last one did. But not for me. In this one, so far, it doesn't look like. Well, I'm going to bounce back and forth. Look, I'm going to.
Let me tell you what I had to do, Ron.
Just to come back out.
I had to go in to check for updates, and that's when it updated the battery.
Okay, I'll go and check for updates.
Yeah.
See if we can make it happen.
I'm anxious to see what Johnny's RC firmware is up to. I have a feeling what he did is the previous update. That's what I'm thinking.
So I've checked for nothing happens.
Hey, so I see DeMarco in the chat is saying that he's watching, and also at the same time he's driving down the road.
Well, maybe that fancy car of his, you could watch YouTube on that center console.
Yeah,
he has about a 50-inch screen in that car.
Yeah, probably.
8K.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn this thing off, Marcus, because I can't get any battery firmware updates.
So Lon is saying in the chat that well, heck, let me highlight
Put on the
it
big
here.
screen.
Yeah, he's saying will be sold in a Fly More combo with the DJI RC. So that'll be yeah.
In
that'll
time
be
for Christmas, people were hoping it would be this summer. Well, at least with the Air 2S.
Yeah. Hey, so Ron, it's one of the things that I think is in DJI's favor is that they seem to me, I know there's a lot of people have complained otherwise, but it appears to me that they have corrected all the problems with this guy. It's I was really worried when I started having app crashes after that previous update, but no more. I mean, it's smooth as butter. It works perfectly. So, I'm just
hopefully this is it. Hopefully this doesn't create another bug that we don't know about. But to your point, Marcus, about you getting a little worried about this, for all the grief that the Mavic 3 took because of the slow satellites, it didn't have any of these other issues. It never had it never lost connection, and the app never crashed. It did all. How comes the Mini 3 is getting kind of a pass on all this stuff, where the Mavic 3 got killed because it had one issue?
I'll take it a step further, Ron. So the Nano Plus was sold to me with a feature set. I bought it because of that feature set. One of them was active track. So that drone was delivered to me. I was looking at it the other day. It was delivered to me on December 30th or 30th of last year.
Right.
So now we're 7 months, almost 8 months later.
Almost 8 months later.
It still does not have active track on it. So
except Johnny sees it once in a while, but for most people they don't have it.
He sees it in the menu, but it doesn't work. So it's just kind of interesting to me. Had DJI tried to pull something like that, people would be losing their minds. They'd be going absolutely crazy.
Right. They went crazy when DJI announced ahead of time that some of these features will not arrive until mid-January. They went crazy when they bought the drone, knowing this stuff wouldn't be there.
Right. And DJI gave it to us.
Haters talk about, they released the drone without all the features. Well, yeah, but that was said before you purchased the drone.
Right. Yeah, and Dre is making a point here. Cost of the M3 for that level money, people expect more.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. What do you mean by that, Dre?
Well, I mean,
he's talking about the Mini 3 or the Mavic 3?
The Mavic 3. We talked about this all along, Mark, is that the reason people hate the Mavic 3 is the cost.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And that was also kind of enhanced by the people that don't like the drone. The people that don't like the drone say, well, it costs $3,000 or it costs $4,500, whatever the city one costs. But everybody said it costs $3,000 because everybody automatically lumped the Flymore kit on, which I did not buy the Flymore kit.
Yeah, $2,100, and it's actually come down since then, right? I think
I think it's been down as low as $2,049.
Yeah.
Just taking 150. I don't know if that's currently right now, but it's been on sale at least more than once for $2,049. So it is, again, I think what got people is the price jump. It greatly jumped over the Mavic Air 2. The Mavic 2 Pro. It was too much of a price leap over the Mavic 2 Pro for most people.
Good point here by Lon again. Try and get a 4/3 camera and any, and we're getting it on in a flying camera for $2,000. And listen, Ron, and I know you and I have talked about this before. I guess I'm not sure if Johnny just can't afford one or what, but that Mavic 3 is by far that Mavic 3 is by far the best drone that I've ever
saving up
owned.
for my yellow Corvette.
For Johnny, it's either Mavic 3 or no air conditioning.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Marcus, you know what? I might have had a battery. Maybe that battery that I put in, maybe that's what was that last.
Oh, there you
update.
go. That's probably it.
It
But
might have been a battery. That I
Oh,
never,
yeah.
yeah, because my aircraft firmware is 0.1000201, and then the
perfect.
firmware was the 300, ended in 300. You said,
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
you're
it's
perfect
all up
now.
to date. Yeah.
And you're all up to date.
Because when Johnny called me earlier and told me about all those the features on there that were said, I said, well, a lot of them, they said a lot of them in the last one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did see a ghost of the
But
last.
Ron, you said you didn't have to do a battery. See, maybe that was a battery I never put in yet. You know.
Maybe that was a battery from a couple of things ago, because I do not remember putting the batteries in last weekend.
Yeah, unlike the Nano Plus, you have to put every battery in. You know?
It cycles through. I just let it do it as I used a battery, and
right.
you know. Hey, I want to welcome in Alan, Drone Views Media. It's probably about 8:30 in Ireland right now, so he's watching us in the evening.
Yeah, welcome, Alan. Good to see you in here.
Yeah.
And Michael's Drones and RC Hobbies in here with us.
Yeah, let's see. So let's see what Dre's saying here. Came with it. Now most are happy. Yeah, prosumer level. Yeah, and that's a great point. But you know, like I said, I'm that man. Anybody that has never flown a Mavic 3, it just blows you away. It is the most precise, easiest to fly, fast, the best video you've ever seen. Lon always says this: the video just pops when you look at it.
The Cadillac of drones, right?
It's the Cadillac of drones. It really is.
And the thing is,
it's the S-Class Mercedes.
Most of that stuff you just said, Marcus, I could have said that in day one. The flying and the filming, it was all good on day one. It was just the slow satellites.
Eddie Nunez just updated his
features.
Yeah. Said Eddie just updated his Mini.
Eddie was working. He went from sweating his off to updating his Mini.
Eddie got his updated now. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't fall off, Eddie. That's a good thing.
Yes.
And Fly Guy Barrel M3 is a beast. It is absolutely. But anyway, so we're all updated, Ron.
Pardon?
We're all updated. We did it.
Yeah, we're all updated. We gotta get now. Everybody in the chat's gotta get updated.
Now I'm gonna take it up here in a few. I'm gonna take it up. I have to go pick up the grandkids from camp here and try it out here in a little bit.
What's the temperature out there, Johnny?
97 right now.
97. So will it cool down a little bit when you get all those errands done?
Not really.
Hold it, guys. Stop.
Stop
the presses. Mikey, Philly Drone Life just joined us.
I see that
from the Philly and Ron show.
And guess what? He asked what the news is now. Here's a guy we should bring up. Mikey Mikey got the perfect Mini 3 drone. His had no problems. He could fly it. He could fly 4 or 5 miles out.
That was Stu. That was Stu.
Was Stu. But here's the thing: he was afraid to do this controller update last weekend because he was afraid it was going to ruin all his goodness. Because he had no issues at all. So he was debating all week long. And now, Mikey, there's already another firmware update. So you can skip that one from last weekend and go straight to this good one that fixes the compass.
Dre is asking. Dre, I saw it on DM Productions. Darren put it up about probably 2 hours ago now. That's how I saw the update.
Yeah, and Darren's compass is working fine now.
Hey, and let me tell you how safe Johnny is. Johnny is so safe. He puts a rubber around his controller.
An extra large condom. Let me
extra large. Yeah.
Am I going to have to make this adults only here?
DeMarco Moore started that. I gotta let you know.
That's true. DeMarco started.
He can't come fight back on you. He's in a car with a bunch of kids.
Yeah. But I mean, he texted me and said that you ordered a small one. So I
they asked a recovery drone. Well, I learned about it from my man Giant Drone Flyer, who practically does work over at DJI, and Darren from DM Productions. Notified him.
Exo is recruiting me, but they
yeah. Hey, Mikey, I was the same thing. I looked at my attitude indicator yesterday. and the compass appeared to be working perfectly. Now, in all fairness, I know some people have said that it was sometimes bad, sometimes not.
Yeah,
So
it was like bouncing around. The
yeah,
home point was just moving, you know.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
yeah, Mikey.
So, we even have, of course, DeMarco's in the chat here. I see him here. He's laughing. He can't say too much from the car.
I wonder if you put Shelly behind the wheel so that he can watch on his
He's
phone.
talking more then.
Yeah.
No, I think Shelly's working.
How about recovery
He's
drones?
running
Has an
errands.
interesting thought. DJI should send out emails when these updates come out.
Well, I think most of them, most time when you turn that control on, you're gonna see it pop up. But I know on that.
That's true. That's true.
So and I don't
Pro
know.
tip, Johnny. I saved that little piece of foam so I could put it behind the gimbal so it holds it in place. So that when I put this guy on here, it just lines it up perfectly.
Yeah, I seen people doing. Yeah, once you get it straight, but I'll tell you what, man, that guy who designed that was his first day on the job. They gave him that task of designing that.
That's the same guy that did the compass update last go around.
Well, hey, you know what? It's a great drone, and I know even Dobo last night was saying, he really likes it. I know Billy likes it, and not that those guys. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff with those drones and professional type camera work, and they both love it. And yeah, the Mini 3 is I think it's a great drone.
Eddie, great minds think alike. And speaking of Dobo, he did cut himself last night on that live stream.
The V-copter cut him.
V-copter, right?
See, if he'd had the L100, it wouldn't have turned fast enough to cut him. It's today Monday. Yeah, they thinking today is Monday. Jamie Miller said it's today Monday.
Hey, did you see on Darren from DM Productions? Did you see a joke in that video, Johnny, when he talked about the guy that messed up the compass?
Yeah,
that software guy. He said that guy's now working for Hubson.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. Poor Hubson, man. Look, hey,
he should have said EXO.
Well, hey, Femi, Hubson, but you know what? Hey, guys, if you want to buy a different kind of drone, buy it. Nobody's asking you to, but some guys like flying other type drones, and that's just the way it is.
That's quality right there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in Travel Tech 360.
But Marcus, actually, that drone didn't fly too bad, right?
This is the best drone that Hubson has ever produced. Not even close. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? It's good. It's good for competition, but I think prices have stabilized to the higher end, of what we would call a little bit higher than what we expected over the last year or so. But that's just the way it is. Go out and look at the cameras now, or laptops, phones. I mean, look at phones. You're paying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for a phone.
I feel sorry for people that are building a new house.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story there.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in Rodney Bell.
Rodney.
And Flying Fit Media is here with us.
Mr. John.
Yeah.
But no, it's hey, I see Robbie's in the house, World Drone Community. It's hell, what time is it in Thailand? It's 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he's up
Really?
late. Hey, Johnny, so tell us a little bit, how is it going on your new house and all that? Is it all coming together for you?
Yeah, it is. They got tomorrow. They're going to try to sew up everything where they can maybe get it decked Saturday morning with the the decking materials for the roof. They'll have a lot of understructure stuff to do, because that's we have Amber and my daughter have that's where Gracie's art studio is going to be. Of course, there's some bedroom above the garage. But yeah, and Marcus, prices, I have to say lumber has come down quite a bit. For instance, our OSB board was quoted at $37 a sheet. And when I got mine about 2 weeks ago, the 75 sheets I needed to wrap, it was $27. And Matt and Amber's order, I think last Thursday, they got 125 sheets at $17.99. So lumber has come down a little bit. Interest rates are creeping up there. But, I mean, they sold the house and we decided to build, so we can't cry over that. But, yeah, lumber prices are definitely stabilized a little bit.
So hopefully they locked in their interest rate before things got too crazy.
Not yet. No, you
Yeah.
can't. Doing a pre-construction, we don't have it locked in, but we'll kind of worry about that. Maybe
When
it'll
the
tick
time
down a
comes.
little bit. It'll
Yeah.
actually be a refi because we kind of have somebody that's financing it through the construction part, so it may benefit that. But yeah, materials. I'm not saying they're cheap. We got some boards that's I think 28 footers or a couple of them were 32 footers, and they were like about $309 a piece.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty expensive board. But hey,
welcome in Leonard from JSK Enterprise.
Leonard, yeah. But so y'all doing any flying today, Marcus? Or you?
So Johnny, yesterday I was telling Ron about this earlier. I had done a return to home video with this guy, and because of the problems that I had with the RC, I had some crashes and things like that. I stumbled through it and I got it done, but I just wasn't happy with it because part of it I had to hook up the RCN1 controller and use my iPhone, etc. Well, then you're not showing.
I remember you saying that. Yeah. I talked
across
to you.
the board. So I went and I went out and I just redid the whole thing yesterday. I went out to Heroes Park, and it worked perfectly. The controller was perfect. When we talk about the technology of the drone, it is impressive. When you read that manual, it just does everything like the manual says it's going to do. One of the interesting things.
Wait a minute, people read manuals?
Yeah. One of the interesting things that this guy will do, and what I did is I demonstrated in a couple of places what happens when you lose contact with the ground station with the controller. In one case, I just turned the controller off and said, okay, let's see what the drone does. But what the drone does is it'll turn around at its current altitude and it'll come back 50 meters trying to regain contact with the controller. And then if it doesn't, then it'll go up to its return to home altitude and come home. And it did it. When I shut off the controller, it did it perfectly. And then I was able to actually do a loss of signal with it. You know where I fly from there at Heroes Park. I flew out behind the Walmart and I just dropped the drone down, and then I turned away from the drone and I actually set the controller on the ground right in front of a cement curb, right, trying to block that signal, and it worked. And it put it into loss of signal, return to home, and that's exactly what it did, Johnny. It turned around, flew back 50 meters. Yeah, and as soon as it didn't reconnect, it went up to its return to home height and started heading back. And even with this thing facing a curb and on the ground and pointed exactly away from the drone, within 500 meters, it got back within half a kilometer, 500 meters, full signal back.
So Marcus, I know the Mavic 3 does some kind of smart home or intelligent home. Does this do similar?
That's one of the cool things that the Mavic 3 does. And the reason that the Mavic 3 can do that and this doesn't is because that 360 obstacle avoidance.
Gotcha.
It'll literally.
Hey, Ron, why don't you ask Marcus the question about master shots while we got him on?
Well, I did a little bit, but we'll talk about that in there too. But I want to welcome in Captain Ray Kelly. He's shouting out all of us down there in the chat. Does Ray have the Mini 3 yet?
He does not have the Mini 3.
Okay.
He did order the controller.
He ordered the controller. He's coming in soon, right?
I think it's going to be shipped on the 30th, and his thinking, it's going to be with the Air 2S. That's kind of
he's going to team up with the Air 2S. Yeah.
Captain Ray ordered the controller without the drone.
He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. But Johnny, no, he can order. Remember, he can use that with his Mavic 3 right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. That's what
Air 2S.
That's why he did it. But he has the Air 2S over, and I think he keeps that in Florida. So he's thinking that's. And did somebody said the 28th date? I don't know where that comes from.
I said that then. I read someplace the 28th, but that's just that's not confirmed. That's just
that's
just a rumor I read. Don't write that down like it's fact.
Hey, so Ron, I want to point out that you put out a good video today where you're showing the value of using the DJI equipment together, the Pocket 2, and you had the Mini 3, and it looked darn good. Showing how you can use that ground, the B-roll along with your aerial video, and that was an interesting video.
Yeah, and I shoot all that in regular color profile. I mean, this is what somebody like Mark Fisher, he'll shoot drone video and shoot it in the the raw, what do you, the
D-Log, or
and then he'll shoot a Sony camera in D-Log, and then he'll put it in an editor, and he'll do a lot of work to get them to look alike. And you could do that, these two, by putting them in descent like a little bit, but they look pretty close, even in the standard color profile. And us people that aren't really true professionals like Mark Fisher, we don't want to spend hours in D-Log trying to match up footage from different cameras.
Hey, let's face it, Rod, we don't have the skills that Mark Fisher has. We just don't.
Or the time, right?
Yeah.
Or the eyes. I'm colorblind.
The eyes, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a good. I thought it was a good way to get ground and B-roll and air and have it somewhat look basically the same right out of the camera.
Yeah. No, that was a great video. And I'm finding the same thing with the Action 2 as well. And man, I'm really digging that Action 2. It's worked well. I did actually, Ron, and Johnny, I got it to overheat yesterday. It was a really hot day, and that Action 2, I had it on the tripod, and it was recording at 4K, 30 frames per second, and at about 45-50 minutes or so, what was funny was it was right about the time the drone overheated too. It said, no, I'm done, and it shut down for a little while. But I let it cool down for a few minutes and fired it right back up. So
you're trying to make me feel bad. I didn't order for Amazon Prime Day now.
Yeah,
that was a good deal.
It was a good deal.
And back to Marcus's point about shutting down. I mean, you could take almost any camera out there if you sit in a hot enough sun and let it run long enough.
Yeah,
it's going to shut down. So this isn't just something related to one camera or just action cameras, whatever. Any device is going to shut down if you let it run too long in summer heat.
And that was my point, Ron. I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly right. To me, it was totally acceptable. It had ran for that long period of time, and what do you expect? So,
especially if you're stalling out at near 100 degrees too. So,
right, exactly right. Yeah.
And
it was just sitting there on a tripod in the sun. So yeah.
Mark Fisher.
So I guess we kind of covered a little bit everything here. I mean, we got a lot of people in here now, but we don't really have a lot of other topics to go unless Marcus does have another.
Yeah, I got one more. Our friend Johnny Drone Flyer put up a really cool video yesterday evening of some lightning. So
you got the lightning?
Yeah, go out there. That was really cool, Johnny.
The Nano Plus, I actually put it up, and
okay.
Yeah, it was just it was, I guess, what they call, I don't say it. Some people say there's no such thing as heat lightning. It never rained, but it was sure a pretty light show,
Good. Yeah. And also I want to shout out Johnny for another. I didn't see that one, but I saw it. Maybe was that your latest one, or did I see the one before where he had a mount from? There's a GPC. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, a little GPC. Yeah, it's right here.
Well, and what I like about that mount is he can fit in his case without have to take his lanyard mount. All my lanyard mounts, I have to take them apart to put them back in the case, but that one goes in. So that's the one I'm going to order, because that taking the bolts off every time.
It's a single point lanyard. Is what it has. Of course, the 2 screws. And I know, of course, Dobo has the love handle, which does definitely sit there. So that's got its. This may be for a little bit. I say, quicker. I don't say about quicker, but depending on your length that you're gonna fly. But they all have their own, I guess, different, things that.
And you prefer the love handles have to be removed to fit in most cases, right?
Probably so. Yeah, it does stick up a little bit. Yeah. So, but those screws come off pretty easy. So yeah, I like it. DeMarco actually has one for his RC Pro, and then I actually ordered one. And of course, and then GPC actually ended up sending me one and sent a little SD card holder. And of course, I got this extra large silicone thing on here. I'm just letting DeMarco know this is the extra large version.
Extra large size, yeah.
Well, hey, look, I'm getting compliments on my shirt, guys.
Yeah.
No, but there are a lot of great products. We all like. I mean, that's another whole nother subject. If you start looking at all the stuff you got laying on your tables, I know, Marcus, I'm sure you get a lot of drone stuff. You can. Some of that stuff you may not even open, once you order it, you go, man, I ordered this. I never even used it. But
and what's interesting is the emails you get from companies that want you to feature their products. And some of them have absolutely nothing to do with drones or anything.
Yeah.
And so you just in fact, I got one today. They had a dash cam they wanted me to review. Well,
really?
I wouldn't mind a new dash cam, but I'm not going to put it on my channel, so no point.
Hey, Robbie got the you got the FPV drone. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, he actually texted me this morning, was telling me that he's got the.
Now, is that the current FPV drone?
Yes,
or the new one's coming out.
No, it's the current. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he had some connections. Maybe he got the new one early.
No, that thing. Of course, they said of course it's not July yet. They said July, but I don't. And of course, I know us three here are not so.
Yeah, and by they, Johnny, you mean the rumor mill said it, not DJI.
Yeah, the rumor mill said.
Yeah. So there's a question here for you, Ron, that only you can answer.
Yes.
Well, it's this guy. You got him on screen. So
okay. Has anyone seen a distance is shorter with the RC controller, or is it good with the RC Pro in range? Oh, I tested the DJI RC, the one that comes with the Mini 3, with the Mavic 3, and I got much less range than I did with the RC Pro. But of course, that's a couple firmware updates ago now. So it may be better. It may be better now that with this latest update. Who knows? I mean, the crazy thing: the people that hate updates are going to hate the Mini 3 because every time you turn it on, it's got to update. So I mean, I'm not saying that's good or bad. I mean, it's good to correct the problems. But again, if you don't like to do firmware updates every time you fly, then this isn't a drone for you yet. I mean, we're still in what we call the early days of this drone. It's only been out since it only was announced on May 10th, right, or whatever. So I mean, you got to wait about a good 6 months anymore with almost every drone for it to get through about 6 months of firmware updates, and then you're kind of where you're at where you're going to be most of the time.
Well, what he's saying now is that I don't know. Maybe his question didn't matter because he doesn't have any of the controllers anyway. So,
well, maybe he's trying to choose which one he's going to get. Maybe he has the RN1 now, whatever. Yeah. So, I mean,
you know what though? I think this controller changed.
Hold it. Listen, what he's saying to Ron right now.
I seen your video before, Ron. Please.
Yeah, I
let's work on that, Ron.
I definitely will try to get out there again and retest the DJI RC with the Mavic 3. Now that I've got a couple more firmware updates under my belt here, and I would really like to have a video where I show that it works good. But make no mistake, the Mini 3 is a great drone, but as far as signal strength and range, it doesn't come close to the Mavic 3 for me, anyways. For Mikey's got the Miracle Mini 3, but for me, the Mavic 3 drone is a much better choice. If range and signal strength, if that's your most important issue, if that's not your most important issue, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say in the matter as far as Gumpin.
We know that if you redo that video, you've got at least one viewer here that's going to.
We've got one video coming.
There you go.
And I promise that we'll get redone. Maybe not today because I'm in the middle of heat waves, windy today, whatever, but it will get redone.
But I think this controller change was a game changer for a lot of people, only because I'm trying to I got to carry. I'm flying with the Mini 6 and it's a great, but it's a holder. It's something else you got to hold. It's something else you got to charge. So this is a game changer, especially if they do make it available for the Air 2S. I mean, just think how many people are going to want this.
I want to give a special thank out to Mark here. Thanks for your support. You're the type of person why we do this.
Yeah, and I was just about to say the same thing. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much.
And I totally agree with John just said. This after they get all the 1,000,001 bugs worked out of the control of the drone, this is the future. I don't think it will ever go backtracking to being sold drones that don't have a controller with a built-in screen anymore. I mean, budget drones, of course, but any drone you're paying over a certain amount of money for, it will come with a screen now.
Absolutely. You saw FEMI, came out with that one and maybe the Nano and I don't know. Yeah. Joe America, appreciate it. Joe is he just subbed to me or kind of new. He's in Mandeville where I fly at the lakefront. So I'm gonna have to meet Joe.
Joe,
I got your reflection on the screen there, Johnny.
Oh yeah. Look.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. He's got the right hat on too.
It also is a Miro, as well as anything else.
No, but hey, you know what? When this does become, I'm not saying they still got people holding out on it, but the people who have the Air 2S and do not have the Mini 3, man, they're going to jump all over this for $309. And I mean, listen, it may be a little stripped down version of the RC Pro, but hey, it's very good. I mean, $309. I'm not saying that's not a lot of money, but it's really unbelievable they can sell this. I know Lauren said it a long time ago, and everybody kind of like, was like he was wrong, or it's going to be a lot more, but he was dead on. So hey, $309.
Yeah, and $309. If you buy what the RN1 controller by itself, it's like $250 or better. So it's not really much more money than the controller without the screen. Marcus, you got a point.
Well, I wanted to ask both of you guys. So one of the other things that came with the update was the ability to have a sound file on the when you're doing a screen recording.
That was brought back last weekend. Yes.
Yeah. And I've noticed now that, like, when I'm doing my editing, there's a sound file in the integrated into the video file. So, do you guys have either of you tried a microphone and tried to record to it yet?
I have not.
I have not either. But I want to ask you. I know Mikey has. Because I'm not an Android guy, so I don't have a little head buds with a USB-C in it. But Mikey, the Android guy, he has tested. He said it works okay. Now you've been able to plug your DJI mic into that port at one point, correct, Marcus?
I haven't tried it yet, Ron. That's why I was asking. I need to try that. I'm going to have to give that a shot. Yeah.
I think Greg Pittman said that.
Greg Pittman reported it worked. Yep.
Yeah.
He put his mic in, his DJI mic in. So, and that'll really be a boom for you, Marcus. I mean, I know you say you just record right to the headpiece now, whatever, and you think of a post, but it could make it one step easier if you just plugged it right into the device. You didn't have to do that syncing, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's no big deal to sync it, but I mean, I get your point.
Yeah, it's no big deal, but it's still not as easy as just having it synced from the get-go.
Ron, I use so many cameras and so many different video files. I'm always syncing something.
Morgan Scott is asking Jackrabbit, entering the microphone. What about the DJI mic? You have it, right?
I do, and I absolutely love it. It has revolutionized the way I make videos. The advantage to that is you hook the receiver up to whatever camera or whatever that you want to record the audio to. But you can also independently record the audio on the transmitter itself. So, for instance, like I was doing this video yesterday, I was walking way away from the camera where I would turn my back to it, and you would normally lose that connection.
Right.
I just hit the button on the side of that mic, and it records an audio file right there. And so you never lose audio, and it's perfect every time.
Yeah. And I think that's something. I mean, I usually when I just really started doing a couple of reviews, I know Marcus, but when you're out in the field, I mean, sound gets the wind and noise and every other thing. I mean, it's a little different in your house, and sound quality of a video people may turn it off when they can't hear it good.
You got to be able to hear it. Now, what Ron is got going with that Pocket 2 is it comes with a wireless mic, and so he is able to get that perfect sound using that Pocket 2.
Yeah, it's been a big help. Sometimes I don't even do anything with the B-roll from the Pocket 2. I just use the sound.
You're just using that sound file. You just decouple it and use it. Yeah.
Marcus, he's asking, will it work with a GoPro 9, Scott?
It does, yeah. Scott, I use it on my GoPro 9 all the time. Now you do have to have your media mod on there to connect it, but if you do, you're good to go.
Hey, I want to welcome Mike. I didn't say hello to Mike earlier.
Mike Rennick.
Mike
Rennick. Yeah. Air 2S Army.
Akaracho.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we got a lot of stuff sorted out today, and I got to.
We beat it to death.
Guess what show I'm gonna be on tonight?
You're gonna be
You're the master of the schedule. Guess what show I'm making a guest appearance on tonight?
Gary's.
No.
Ken Herron.
No. Who else? Come on, Johnny.
What's tonight?
Thursday.
Al Duran.
I'm on the Al Duran show.
Al Duran. 5 o'clock. No, is it 6 o'clock? 7 for you?
I think it's 7. I think Al told me. I'm going on. Al told me 7. And Al,
Yeah,
and I
it's
live in
7.
the
Yeah,
same, Al and I live in the same time zone.
6 for me. So you're gonna be on with Genesee and Al. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. My first time. No, I've been on there. I was on there once before, I think.
Yeah. So the point of it is, everybody needs to line up, and they need to see Brant Ariels the show before the show, and then they need to go on to Al Duran's show, and then if they want to, they can go on to Ken Heron's show.
Hey, and guess what?
And then don't forget-
I texted with Ken Heron this weekend. He was in Ocean City on Saturday, but I was the one. I was too busy. I couldn't get over there to see him or whatever. But he was in town this weekend.
Yeah, and Tammy Jean
Right.
goes on
after Ken Heron. Yeah, don't forget to
10:15 Eastern, Ron. You have to drink like a caffeine-free Coke at 10:15 and watch.
Have you been on Tammy's show, Johnny?
No. She's only done 2, and her first one she didn't have any guests. And
No
last
guests?
week she had her first guest. So yeah, she's kind of new and kind of seeing what's happening. Yeah, so tune into Tammy. It's 10:15 Eastern, so it's a little late, but hey, it's 9:15 for me. So
the late show, huh?
Yep. She's got Bill Renane hours.
Oh, Bill's one?
No, but Bill goes on like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I thought you said Bill Renane was going to be in the show then, but Bill was on there. I'd really watch it then.
Oh,
Bill's a star.
Bill does his show on Sunday night. Yeah, and I do have to tweak the drone show guide. We got a bunch of people, not a bunch, but a bunch of things have changed. Some people doing every other week, and so I know Robbie's doing every other week right now. I think Mike and Sergio are doing every other Friday for the Fly Zone show, and then they do strictly FPV on Sunday. So I do have to correct a few things.
It's tough to keep up. That's why you make the big bucks, Johnny.
Yeah. That drone show guy is a real money producer. I'm telling you.
If you want one of those guys, just send $9.99 into Johnny Drone Flyer, and he'll email you one out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll pull a bang good. We'll hold your money for 3 or 4 months, and then I'll send you the guide.
P.O. Box 10111, Carroll Stream, Illinois.
And if you want to return that guide, it'll cost you a couple $100.
Yeah.
We'll give you money back. But all right, I hope you folks got something out of this. If you got a Mini 3, you might as well go do the update. I know some people are afraid of updates, but hey, if you only live once, right, guys? If you only live once, live dangeously. Do the update. If it breaks something,
Ron, I agree. They put these updates. I mean, it's just like I know some people, they don't want. I mean, personally using sometime aftermarket, say props and stuff. That's a whole nother story. But these updates come from DJI. They support that drone and improve the drone. So yeah, do your updates.
Yeah. So Akara, or excuse me, I saw somebody asking me about that. Scott asked me about the adapter. Yeah, I don't believe you can. I don't know that for certain, Scott, but I don't think so. I think you got to have the media mod, and it goes into you got to use a TRS cable.
And Scott, there's a man we got to get on. We told him we're getting him on DroneNation at the meetup, and we still haven't got him on. So we got to get Scott lined up for a guest appearance.
Yeah.
The guy that remember we were at that one beach. Remember that beach we discovered? Marcus, he comes over and all of a sudden he says there was a fire over there. One of his batteries. Scott.
Yeah. The other end of the parking lot, his battery caught fire.
And he came over and said it calmly, a battery caught fire.
Him and Captain Drone, huh? Captain Drone, the same thing.
Must see Thursdays, Gary says here.
That's true, Gary.
Yeah, you can start at 5 o'clock and end about 11, like 6 hours straight of live.
We better get off here for somebody else's show starts.
Yeah, for somebody's show starts.
Philly said he was going live.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour, Ron.
We have?
Yeah. Holy guacamole.
Hey, well, we're still on our DroneNation subscriber drive. We're stuck at 915. So anybody that's on here that's not subscribed, please subscribe and make sure you're still subscribed. Maybe you subscribed at one time, but if you haven't watched a while, YouTube will unsubscribe you. So go and make sure you're still subscribed to DroneNation. Yeah. We only need 75 more. No, my math's off. 85 more. That is that new math. 85 more subscribers to get us over that 1,000 mark, where we could be a monetized channel and we can start doing T-shirts and giveaways and stickers and all that good stuff you like or whatever. Once we hit that magic 1,000, we better get a couple over because you fall back. We better get over about the 10,020 or something, so we don't go backwards.
Yeah, because they will. Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I think
So,
I hit one number like 7 times or something.
Yeah. So please subscribe if you're not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great
that's
show.
it.
DroneNation.
That's it. I want to give a special thanks to Johnny Dronefly for coming and being the special guest host today. We did not have a super secret guest today. That would have been Sean Matthews, but he was too busy streaming on one of his other 1 million channels over there in Spain. So we will get Sean on. Marcus, we will get Sean on a daytime show.
I think we should.
Good guy.
Sean is doing a knockout job on the Mini 3. DJI even follows his channel, and their DJI supports in there all the time, talking to him. So I mean, the man who practically invented the Mavic 3 drone or whatever is now back with a vengeance with the Mini 3.
That's right. Yeah, Phantom 3 was his big deal. Yeah.
He practically launched that drone over there in Europe. So okay, have a good day, fly safe, everyone, and we'll see you in the next update, which may be tomorrow.
See ya.